Jon Jones is, obviously he's put himself in a position, firstly being the champion, he leave himself open to these kind of pitfalls. He was a champion at a young age. He's got a lot of people around him. A lot of his fights are in Vegas. A lot of influence, and I don't think he was at the stage to be in a mentally strong enough to deal with the pressures that he was having. And I think it's just spiraled out of control for him. He's a great guy. He's got a great character. Look what he's done for the sport of MMA, and look what he's done for himself as an athlete, and his family. So I think this is just something. Everybody in life, they have something that they have to overcome, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically, whether it's a lot of athletes they have money, they lose money, and then there's this drug thing which is frequent in sports. He's going to get over it, man. He's a champion.
So all the Jon Jones things. I feel for Jon Jones. I think kind of testing fighters for outside things. He might not even done it, but let's say it's all true, blah, blah, blah. I feel for him because, at the end of the day, he goes in there, he fights, he takes drug tests, do you know what I mean? They'll come back clean. Anything else, what we're going to do, have some kind of test to see how much he's drinking, check to make sure his units are in line, or do you know what I mean? It's too much. It's too much. You're a fighter and you're putting yourself out there. You're putting yourself out there on the line on a massive scale, like he is, and what he does in his personal time, I believe, is completely up to him. Whatever he wants to do, whatever I think of that, or whatever anyone else thinks of that. So people love it. I feel for him because people are talking about that rather than an absolutely an amazing fight and victory. So I feel for him there, but I'm sure it's live and learn, and he ain't got too much to cry about really, all in all. So.
Yeah, obviously you hear about things like this, and I think what people need to understand is he is very young and became successful at a very young age, and he's around a lot of the big celebs and people that he's probably looked up to for a long time. It's a very hard industry and I'm talking entertainment full stop. It's a very hard industry to or very easily to be swayed into different things. And to be fair, I just wish him all the best. I want him back clean and doing his thing as when he came in, and I know what he can do. He proved it the other day, but I want him clean. And I think he's got his head on to do that.
I think it's a little bit unfair. Stripped of his title, he's a champion, and cocaine in the system. Yeah, I feel there should be something done about it. The whole brushing it under the carpet thing it really shouldn't. That shouldn't be the case. I believe there's something major should be happening for this. And especially because it was my boy that he was fighting against. I was even more gutted for him to hear that. So I'm looking forward to getting back to America so I can actually phone up DC and speak to him about it. But yes, so the answer to your question, yeah, I think he should get stripped of his title.
Naughty boy, obviously he's doing what he likes to do. He got caught. I think everyone should be penalised if you get caught doing, substances. He got caught, and unfortunately, we'll see what happens. I know he's going to rehab, but sort it out. But I think everyone should get penalised for their mistakes. Yeah, maybe stripping his title or even making it a no contest. There's people like Nick Diaz, for instance. He got done for marijuana, and then he got half his purse taken away, and he got fined and suspended. And that's for marijuana. And I think Matt Riddle or something, he got fired for it. So if they're firing people for marijuana, I think cocaine's a lot higher and a lot worse. So, not saying fire him, but, make him realise that he shouldn't be doing this. And, if he got stripped, he got stripped. But, definitely get fined and, maybe even suspended.
Jon Jones testing positive for cocaine metabolites. I think that, with the win over Daniel Cormier, it is difficult to argue that he's not the pound-for-pound champ in MMA. And now he can add kilo-to-kilo champs to the list. Yeah, good work. Bit disappointing, but I think a lot of people are enjoying it because you know, Jones has preached and preached for a long time and taken a very holier than thou approach to his opponents and life in general. So a lot of people are really enjoying seeing him fall from grace like this.